Hey y'all, it's Kim again. So this will be video 10 of the Ghislaine Maxwell deposition. Uh, Virginia Giuffre brought a what do you call it? A defamation suit against Maxwell because she was basically calling her a liar and everything else. But anyway, I just realized that I have been spelling Ghislaine's name wrong. There's an actual I near the end of her name, just so you know. It's like Ghislaine. I messed it up, but I'm not fixing it on all the videos because there's over 100 of them. But anyway, I just didn't realize I put the wrong thing. But let's go on. So we're on page 236 of this. And the questions obviously is from Singrid, something like that, Macaulay. And then uh, her attorney is going to continue to object just about every question. But anyway, let's go on. So it says, so are you saying that it's an obvious lie that Virginia's statement that she had sex with redacted is an obvious lie? And I think this is probably going to be Prince Andrew. I think his name has been blocked out of this one. But anyway, it says, what I'm representing is that her entire ludicrous and absurd story of what took place in my house is an obvious lie. Yes, they were in the London home. That's where that picture was taken, the townhome. Anyway, including she had sex with redacted. She claimed things took place in my bathroom in London. Her characterization is just not possible. So you're saying that's an obvious lie? That she was telling an obvious lie when she said she had sex with redacted? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the form of foundation. The witness answered the question. I'm saying within the context of all the stories she told, this particular story, back up, she claimed we went out at night. Redacted. It's probably where they went to that club. She characterized it redacted. She then characterized things took place in my bathroom and the bathtub itself. The tub is too small for any type of activity whatsoever. Redacted. That would be redacted. Yes, you're saying that it was an obvious lie when Virginia said that you made her dress up in a schoolgirl outfit. Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the form of foundation. I already testified that, first of all, I don't know what you're talking about. I already testified I didn't get her outfits and all of that. Is it an obvious lie that Virginia was paid to go to give a massage to redacted? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the form of foundation. I cannot testify to what Virginia did outside of. I can't testify to what she did, who she gave massages to. So you don't know on that one? Of course, I don't know. Do you agree that it's psychologically harmful to have sex with a minor? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the form of foundation. What are you asking me? I'm asking if it is psychologically harmful for an adult to have sex with a minor. Not only psychologically, but physiologically. Hello? Anyway, Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the form of foundation. I don't know what you're asking. This has nothing to do with Virginia Roberts. It does. How does it? I ask the questions, you answer. If you can't answer, you can say, I don't know. But my question is, do you agree that it's psychologically harmful to have sex with a minor? I mean, it seems like an innocent enough question to answer as an adult. Minors should not be having sex with adults, right? I mean, duh. She's just constantly obstructing here. Okay, Mr. Pagliuca, objects to the form of foundation. Are you giving me a random question as not relates to this case and not relates to anything? It's obvious, or it's obviously not something that you want to have happen. Do you agree that Jeffrey Epstein has harmed many minors by having sex with them? Mr. Pagliuca objects to the form of foundation. I can't testify to what Jeffrey did or didn't do. I have no knowledge of what you're asking me. If Jeffrey had sex with minors, would you agree that that could harm a minor? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the form of foundation. Again, I'm not testifying to what Jeffrey did or did not do because I cannot. You don't know whether Jeffrey Epstein ever had sex with a minor. Again, I cannot testify to what Jeffrey did or didn't do. I cannot. You never observed him having sex with a minor. I never observed Jeffrey having sex with a minor. Do you agree that calling a sex abuse victim a liar when she speaks about her abuse can cause psychological harm? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the former foundation. Can you repeat the question? Do you agree calling a sex abuse victim when she speaks about her abuse can cause psychological harm? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the former foundation. Say it again. Do you agree that calling a sexual abuse victim a liar can cause psychological harm? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the former foundation. I would like to say all the terrible things Virginia Roberts said about me is extremely harmful, and you should turn that around. All the lies she has said, and you've backed her on have been extremely damaging to me. So what I can testify to is that somebody who has made these outrageous allegations and who is a serious liar and that I know for a fact is a liar that I can testify is damaging to me. Do you agree that calling a sexual abuse victim a liar when she speaks out about her abuse can cause psychological harm? Mr. Pagliuca, are you asking a hypothetical question? Ms. McCauley, yes. You're asking me to speculate? I'm not asking you to speculate. If somebody is a sexual abuse victim, I can't testify to what some random hypothetical person that you're asking me to speculate on their mental health or mental state or health versus speculative statement. Can't do that. That's just not right. Do you agree that by calling Virginia Roberts a liar when she was subject to sexual abuse by Jeffrey Epstein can cause psychological harm? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the form and foundations, assumes facts, not in evidence. I can only tell you about what I know of Virginia's lies. She lied repeatedly, often, and I know for a fact she's a liar, so I can only testify to what I know. And the fact that she's lied about me from the beginning to the end and repeatedly causes me to question anything that she may feel. Is it an obvious lie? You had sex toys in Jeffrey Epstein's Palm Beach house. Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the former foundation. Can you repeat the question, please? Is it an obvious lie that you had sex toys in Jeffrey Epstein's Palm Beach house? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the former foundation. Did Virginia say that? I'm asking you a question. Is it an obvious lie that you had sex toys in Jeffrey Epstein's house? I don't recall any sex toys. If someone said you had sex toys, would that be an obvious lie? Oh my gosh. Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the former foundation. Like I said, can you be more specific about the house or whatever, what exactly you are referring to? What's a sex toy? Yes, how would you define a sex toy? No, I need you to define a sex toy. I don't have enough knowledge of sex toys. Oh my gosh. I would define it based on the dictionary's definition, which is an object or device used to sexually stimulate or enhance sexual pleasure. Okay, so what's your question, please? The question is it an obvious lie that you had sex toys in Jeffrey Epstein's Palm Beach house? Mr. Pagliuca, same question or same objection. You can answer. Like I said, I do not have any recollection of sex toys in Jeffrey's house. Is it a lie? Is it an obvious lie that you took pictures of nude girls? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the former foundation. We already covered this, girls. We are not referring to. I can only testify to pictures of adult people, and I already testified that they are nude, or they are not nude per se, that every picture that I ever took, in which they were very limited, always by request, the people would be covered or it would be a hand or a foot. There was never any pictures that I took of people would only have been mainstream type magazine type photos. And any photos I took could have been very happily and expected to be displayed on your parents' mantelpiece or grandparents' mantelpiece. Ugh. Not naked pictures. Okay, is it a lie that you approached females to bring them to Jeffrey Epstein? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the former foundation. Please ask the question again. Sure. Is it a lie that you approached females to bring them to Jeffrey Epstein? I don't know what you're asking me. I'm asking you if it's a lie that you approached females to bring them to Jeffrey Epstein. Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the form of foundation. Oh my goodness. You're not asking me a good question. Sorry. You don't get to choose the questions. I would like to answer your questions, but you're not asking me a question that I can answer. What about that is causing you pause where you can't answer the question? You're trying to trap me, and that's not fair. So I already testified that I hired people across the board. So I would hire architects, decorators, pool people, exercise instructors, gardeners, cooks, chefs, cleaning people. So in the course of a very long time, when I would hire people, I hired people to work for Jeffrey. So I'm happy to testify to hiring people for every possible conceivable proper job that you could conceive of within the context of Jeffrey's life and homes. Is it a lie that you approach females to bring them to Jeffrey Epstein for the purpose of performing massages? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the form of foundation. Again, I have already testified that part of the job that I had was to hire lots of different types of people in terms of whatever. Very small part of my job. Jeffrey enjoyed getting massages. I think that is something we can all agree in this room. And within the context of that, very infrequently, I would go to spas and myself happily receive a professional, non-sexual massage from a man and or from a woman. And if that massage was something that I thought was something that was good, I would ask if that man or woman would come back and does home visits. If that person said that they did, they would sometimes come from time to time, not always, come back to the house to perform a non-sexual professional male or female massage. Were any of the exercise instructors you hired under the age of 18? Again, I don't hire. We've already established that I don't hire people. I interview people to see if they are competent in the job that they do and or whether they are someone who seem that they can do home visits. At the point where I think that there is somebody that can be either whatever the job may be, pool, gardener, chef, and or exercise instructor, and I think they could be good at whatever it is, at whatever skill that they had, and they did a home visit. Good Lord, this is a long answer, which would obviously be mandatory, and Mr. Epstein would meet with them and decide if he wanted to have whatever skill it was that he would do it, and then he would hire them, either have them come back or hire them. Were there any exercise instructors that worked at the home that were under the age of 18? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the form of foundation. Again, I keep coming back to this, that the people that I employed are not the right word. The people I would meet to come and work at the house under any guise whatsoever, again, from any of the many positions that I filled were all over were adults. When you say adults over the age of 18, I think we can establish what an adult is. You never interviewed, or I know you don't want to use the word hired, whatever your role was. You brought in an exercise instructor that was under the age of 18 to work at the house. Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the form of foundation. I've already testified that what I was responsible for was to find people who had competencies in whatever area I was looking for. The competencies I was looking for were professional and adult. So there was no exercise instructor that worked at the Palm Beach house or the New York house or the New Mexico house or the USVI under the age of 18. Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the form of foundation. I can only testify to when I was at the house. Yes. I can only testify to the years when I was present. Right. And I can also only testify to people I personally either met and or worked with and or invited to find the correct word. I don't know what the correct word is to come to do exercise or whatever it was at the house. Of the people that male and or female that I brought were all appropriate and age appropriate adults over the age of 18. We've established them as an adult. You're saying appropriate adults, so we're clear. You didn't hire or bring in or know of any exercise instructors that were under the age of 18 at any of those homes. I'm also testifying that when I was present, at the house and with the people that I brought in were all age appropriate adults. How do you define age appropriate adults? Is that over the age of 18? Can we agree to that? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the former foundation. Are they under the age of 18? We already established that you can be a masseuse in Florida at age 17. That does not make it inappropriate. I'm not saying appropriate or inappropriate. I'm just asking if there were any exercise instructors that were under the age of 18. I'm not aware if anybody was, but I don't want to full out and say she said we already established you can be a 17-year-old masseuse and have it not be something that is not appropriate. So when you say that, and then you go, well, you come back and say something, now we can establish that Virginia was 17, but you can be a 17-year-old legal masseuse. But I'm not aware to your point. Who are the other 17-year-old masseuses that you're aware of? I'm not aware of any. Were there any 16-year-old masseuses that you're aware of? I'm not aware. Any 15? I just want to be clear. The only person that I'm aware of who claims to have been, we have established Virginia now is 17, given she has changed her age so many times. The only person that I'm aware of that was a masseuse at that time when I was present in the house was Virginia. Is it an obvious lie that Jeffrey Epstein had a sexual preference for underage minors? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the former foundation. Can you ask the question again? Is it an obvious lie that Jeffrey Epstein had a sexual preference for underage minors? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the former foundation. Can you ask the question again? Is it an obvious lie that Jeffrey Epstein had a sexual preference for underage minors? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the former foundation. I cannot testify to what Jeffrey's. You don't know his preferences. You handed me a stack of papers from the police reports, and that's what I've read, but I have no direct knowledge of what you're referencing. So you don't know in your own mind that Jeffrey Epstein had a sexual preference for underage minors. Is that correct? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the former foundation. Is that correct? Please ask the question again. You don't know in your own mind that Jeffrey Epstein had a sexual preference for underage minors? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the former foundation. You have to pause, let me object, answer the question, listen to her question, pause, I object, you answer. So you don't know in your own mind that Jeffrey Epstein had a sexual preference for underage minors. Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the former foundation. You can answer. I cannot tell you what Jeffrey's story is. I'm not able to. Did Jeffrey Epstein have a scheme to recruit underage girls to use them for purposes of sexual massages? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the former foundation. Can you ask me again, please? Did Jeffrey Epstein have a scheme to recruit underage girls to recruit them for sexual massages? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the former foundation. Can you ask it in a different way? Did Jeffrey Epstein have a scheme to recruit underage girls for sexual massages? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the former foundation. If you know, I don't know what you're talking about. Is it an obvious lie that Virginia Giuffre, was a minor the first time she was taken to Jeffrey Epstein's house? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the former foundation. So we've already established that Virginia was 17, and we have established that her mother brought her to the house and that she came as a masseuse, age 17, which is legal in Florida. Would Jeffrey Epstein's assistants arrange times for underage girls to come to the house for sexual massages? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the former foundation. What are you talking about? Sure. Would Jeffrey Epstein's assistants, I think earlier you mentioned, we talked about, it's probably Nadia and then the other one. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. Who worked in the role as an assistant or redacted? Oh, Sarah. Because there was like Nadia Marcinkoa, I think, and then Sarah Kalin, something like that. Kellen. they were named in some documents. Okay, so would Jeffrey Epstein's assistants arrange times for underage girls to come over the house for sexual massages? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the former foundation. Again, I read the police reports, so this is all happening according to the police reports when I am no longer at the house. So I can't testify to what Jeffrey's assistants did when this kind of activity as alleged in the reports. So you don't know. No. Would Jeffrey Epstein's assistants, meaning redacted or any other assistant that you're aware of from the time you worked there, take nude photographs of underage girls? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the former foundation. During what period of time? During your period of time you worked, did you observe that? I did not observe any photographs. Are you aware if they took those kinds of photographs? I'm not aware. Mr. Pagliuca, can we take a 5-minute break? The videographer, it's 2:58. We're off the record. Recess, and then videographer, it's now 3:10. We're starting disc number 6, and we're back on the record. Miss Maxwell, was it obvious lie when Virginia said she was sent to Thailand by Epstein in September of 2002? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the former foundation. I have no knowledge of Virginia being sent to Thailand. But may I say something? There's not a question pending unless you want to clarify something. Do you want to clarify that? No, I just wanted to say something. Is it an obvious lie when Virginia said she was given instructions to maintain telephone contact with you while she was in Thailand? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the former foundation. Can you repeat the question? Is it an obvious lie when Virginia said she was given instructions to maintain telephone contact with you when she was in Thailand? Mr. Pagliuca, same objection. I have no idea what instructions Virginia was given, if any, when she went to Thailand. So you know she went to Thailand? I know she claims she went to Thailand from having read it, but given that she lied about everything, it's hard to know what is true or not true. Would it make any sense for her to be in contact with you? Would there be any reason why she needed to be in contact with you? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the former foundation. When are we talking about? When she went to Thailand. Mr. Pagliuca, same objection. In 2002, would there be any reason for her to remain in contact with you? Mr. Pagliuca, objection to the former foundation. Can you ask me the question again, please? Would there be any reason for Virginia to maintain contact with you in 2002 when she went to Thailand? Mr. Pagliuca, same objection. First of all, I didn't know that she went to Thailand. I had nothing to do with her trip to go to Thailand, and there was absolutely no reason for her to be in touch with me whatsoever. Did you ever have a phone number that was, well, redacted? I did. Was that a cell phone number? Yes. Is that your current cell phone number? Yes. I'm going to mark a couple of things here. Maxwell Exhibit 11, photos marked for identification. The witness, can I say something? Mr. Pagliuca, no. The witness, will you let me know when I can? Mr. Pagliuca, when she asked you a question. So we've marked this as Exhibit 11. I'm showing you what's been marked as Exhibit 11, which is Jufre 003192 or 91 and then 003192. Can you take a look at the document for me? Is that number that you just identified, the redacted, as being your cell phone number? Is that number on this document? It is. And do you know who authored this document? I do not. Who is redacted? I don't know who redacted is on this document because I don't know what this document is. Do you know someone by the name of redacted? I do know someone by the name of redacted. And would he know your phone number? Mr. Pagliuca objects to the form. I haven't had idea, whatever, probably no idea. Why would Virginia be instructed to call Miss Maxwell? That's your number on this form. Mr. Pagliuca objects to the form and foundation. I don't know what this document is. I don't know when it was done. I don't know anything about it other than I can see it has my name and number on it. I'm going to stop here and then we'll keep going on another video. But anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.